Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now as you can see we have a lovely sunrise in the background, and I also did a little bit of work on the base off camera, and I also finished the vehicle here as well. So today's episode, I think what we're going to be doing is grinding down the rest of this and kind of just generally doing some exploring to kind of see what materials that we can find around our area. So I have this thing kitted out with an ore detector and an antenna. So if we ever, there we go. If we ever lose it, we can always find it again. Right there. The ore detector will, as you can see, it allows us to see ores like ice, magnesium, and silicon right underneath of us. So let's get to work grinding this down. We no longer really need this. And I think after we kind of find like a source of iron and cobalt, which is going to be our main concern, we probably need to start thinking about an aircraft, really. Something that we can use to mine large amounts of material and just bring it back to base. Now another thing too is I've noticed I have missed an ore deposit kind of when I was editing the last video, and it's right over there. It's gold. And I just went back there and marked it, and so you can, because as you can see, we're starting to get a little bit cluttered with all the signals on our HUD. What we can do is we can hit K, go to GPS, we can double click them, or we can just hit show on HUD and just have them go away. And we're no longer going to need this. In fact, we'll just do this. Go like this. We'll just, there we go. Wait a minute, there's still stuff in here. Now, it doesn't even matter if there's stuff in there, it just kind of falls out of it anyways. It's just that if you hit it with your grinder, some things will disappear and some things will be turned into scrap metal. Speaking of scrap metal, you can see we have about 20 power cells in here. We're never going to see those again because that is turned into scrap metal. It's kind of a way, I guess, to prevent like infinite energy, because when you do build a battery, it comes with a small amount of charge. So like when I was building this over here, you saw me place those small little batteries down, and well, those little batteries contain like 25% charge, if I remember, which is just enough kind of to get the ship to like a connector or to put uranium into reactors and stuff like that. Kind of like a jump start to the power system. So, yeah, just kind of continue grinding this down, and I'll see you when it's done. Alright, so the pod is no longer there. We can just stick all of our stuff in here for the meanwhile and just turn that into some iron. There we go. I have some steel plates all keyed up. So I think our next plan is then going to be to go out and get some iron. Yeah, that stuff. So let's put that back on auto. We'll unlock it. There we go. We'll reset that. We'll increase the height offset. There we go. Kind of just driving around, seeing what we could pick up. Well, decrease our speed limit to about 107 kilometers an hour. We'll max around like 30 meters a second. Now, by the way, you're probably wondering how I'm able to free look like this, because if I'm doing this, like, it just kind of takes control of the gyroscope on board. If you hold Alt on your keyboard, you can kind of free look around. Allows for some... Oh, that was... could have ended up pretty bad. Anyways, the free look allows for some pretty nice, you know, just views, I guess, generally. So, remember, we're on our look for iron, and we can hit V, and you can see our little vehicle we got. And now we can only detect ores if they're within like 50 meters of us, because a small ship's ore detector only detects within that range. So that's kind of a problem. Pretty much, like, we have to be right on top of the ore, otherwise we're never going to see it. But if you do remember, when you're coming out, if you can find a discoloration in the ground, you can tell that you're able to know that that is ore. But what it is you're gonna need to either go there with your hand drill or with a ship's ore detector to know what it is. Just kind of go up here and look around a little bit. Oop. Got some pretty rough terrain up here. Oh, look at that, I found some silicon. Magnesium. Come on. Is that all that's around here? Oh, God. Just silicon and magnesium. Okay. We're not... Nickel. Do we have a nickel deposit? If we hit P, we can engage our parking brake, which allows us not to move at all. We do not have a nickel deposit, so we're going to mark this one. Silicon, nickel, magnesium. And let's continue on. Nickel's a pretty good thing because it allows us to make things like motors and whatnot. But like silicon, nickel, that kind of stuff you can get plenty of just through the stone that you dig. But kind of later game, you're not going to be able to like sustain yourself off of stone for very long, so we're kind of doing some ore scouting right now to kind of get as much ore deposits around our area as we possibly can. Look at that. Ooh. I see some more up ahead. Okay, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna increase the vehicle strength so then, or like the wheel strength, so that we can stop when we need to, and if, because it's pretty steep here. Oh. I don't like the angle we're at. Come on. Oh. And this is why we have a gyroscope on it, so we can pull off some ridiculous angles as such. The ore was just somewhere over here. right up ahead. If you hold Alt and use your scroll wheel, you can zoom in and out. Ice, magnesium, silicon. Wondering if I can see any more. You know, it's kind of looking like we're getting the shit end of the stick here. Like, we're not really finding any of the ores we need. And it's not really iron that's the issue, it's more like the cobalt that's the main issue. Oh, more up here. Oh, iron. Iron, nickel. Come on and be like the Holy Trinity. Oh, is this right here? We're gonna keep coming back. Oh, perfect. Where is it we saw all three of them at? I'm gonna mark just at that location. There we go. New from current position. Earth. FENICO. We don't need you. This is perfect. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dig down. Take a little bit for the road. Look at this. Beautiful iron. Alright, so let's just grab an inventory full of this stuff. So, you can probably tell that this, like, it's probably pretty evident to you that this will give you more iron ingots per, you know, ore than the stone would. So this stuff is really nice and it'll allow us to proceed through production and stuff like that a hell of a lot quicker. So let's just come back up here. There's a reason why I outfitted this thing with a cargo container. We don't need the stone here. In fact, we'll also stick this ice in here. Okay. Where'd our hole go? There it is. Ooh, hit the ground a little too hard there. Okay, and the cobalt is that way. Ooh, wrong button. So we're just gonna kind of keep doing this, kind of going back and forth, up and down, just putting iron into here. Ooh, so combine the stacks there. Get rid of all of our stone. And jump back down the hole. This is kind of just what we're going to keep doing till we get to the cobalt. And we're just going to do the same thing for even the cobalt. So, I'll see you when the vehicle's full. Okay, I think we've got enough for now, so let's just put this stone in here that we have. Speaking of stone, let's just go that big ass rock up. There it is. I'll just pick you up and just move you back in there. Okay. There you go. Just hit P to disengage your parking brake. Let's go back home. So as you can see, also our vehicle is just a little bit more heavier, so we need to be a little more careful with our driving, or else we're gonna risk tipping it and possibly losing our only vehicle. Let's just kind of, you know, the view out here is pretty goddamn amazing. It's like, look at where we live, for example. It's like a big ass inverted donut. Just look at that. That is screenshot material right there. I see where you came in at. There we go. Alright, another really interesting fact about these LCD screens here. You can actually change what these have on here by like, so for like keyboard, for example, like if we want, we can go script, and then we can go with like a digital clock, and that will display your local time. So I'm thinking, yeah, let's go with the clock, and then the top right will go with our velocity there. Like, that looks pretty nice. So we don't even need to have our hood on to like display all of our information. It's all just right there. Oh, this is some pretty treacherous terrain here. Gotta try to get back in the inverted donut. I can see our house from here. This is where our gyroscope's gonna come really handy. There we go. A little bit of very rocky terrain there. And we can get up to like cruising speeds. I also gotta try not to go too fast when we're nearing like ledges like this and whatnot, because with our luck we're gonna bottom out and just smash out the bottom of the vehicle. cruise our way on home. We're almost there. Yeah, there's our original kind of digging hole there. So, kind of dock up with the base here. We have, get controls are a little bit inverted when going backwards. Gotta do like one of these. Okay, strength, turn you down again. There we go. And what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna, there we go. Hit this button till we're pretty much flat. We just hit P and we're locked. Parking brake enabled, connectors enabled. Should be drawing all of our stone, iron, cobalt out of here and putting it directly in through here. So there is our iron cobalt problem already situated. And let's heal. There we go. So I also had to put these higher up even too. From last episode, you know, like these were actually only at that block, but they were only getting good wind clearance. And good's, you know, I guess good. But well, optimal is even better because as you can tell, we're able to get like pretty large amounts of power. So that's pretty nice. I don't know why we're not getting 400 kilowatts. I don't exactly know how the wind turbines work. Because at night they seem to be giving off less power, but hey, still better than solar because it gives you power through both day and night. And as long as it's still able to run the base during the night, I'm fine with that. So what we're gonna do with kind of the base, you know, this is like gonna be our garage area, and we're gonna extend this out a little more, so I guess, you know, we're almost not like teetering on the edge here. So we're gonna expand this out like another 1 or 2 blocks. Like I'm thinking, yeah, so 2 blocks maybe. This is where the ramp will start. And we're gonna put up a wall here. We're gonna kind of expand out that way, maybe a little bit out all directions, I guess. Kind of build a massive facility. I mean, we'll also have to start putting the wind turbines up a little higher, I believe. So that'll be interesting. You know, I kind of want to do something with the giant pillar right there. Because if we just hit F8, I don't know why we're out here, but hitting F8, there is our base, and here's this pillar. I kind of want to do something with it because it's like right in the middle of this canyon. Looks pretty cool and stuff. So like, if you guys have any suggestions on what to do with it, that would be great. If you would just put them down. Oh, hey, there's more ore over there. It'd be great if you just kind of put them down in the... Yeah, there is. It'd be great if you just put them down in the comment section. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's take the vehicle out, shall we? If it's empty. Perfect. In fact, while we're out even, we can... We'll just raise the vehicle off the ground. It's like we got hydraulics or something. So I'll just kind of circle around the inverted torus and just kind of see what's all around. I'll just increase our strength a little bit, increase our speed. This is relatively flat terrain. This ore over here, what was that? Ice, magnesium. Here, let's get rid of ice, magnesium. Let me guess, silicon. Yep. I didn't even know that was there. That's cool. Continuing down this way a little more. So like, ooh. Yeah, so like this giant pillar is pretty tall. Like, compared to my character, like, that thing is huge. I think we should also give this thing a paint job, even. I don't know what colors to give it, though. Ooh. That'd be another bit of suggestions down in the comments. Here we go. A little bit of airtime. Whoa. I guess this side's not so flat. Silicon, nickel. Is there gonna be a third here? Magnesium. And I think this one up here is the one that we did see in spectator cam. Unless that was it back there and I'm just seeing things. And stop. Figured we were probably gonna stop on that hill, but oh, that's weird. It's like a mini mountain range. Like a hill range, is that a thing? We'll call this... Oh. Give these places like some location names, like, you know, this shall be dubbed the Great... Oh god, I can't think of one right now. What should this be called? Like, we pretty much got like a whole name for this area, pretty much the inverted donut. Inside out donut, what should we call it? Inverted donut, inside out donut, vote down below. Lol. Alright, anyways, continuing on with our original objectives, just kind of ore scouting. I suppose also our other objective too was the start construction on a ship. But we only just got this, why not use it out a little more, right? Could do some dune riding, is that a thing? Just kind of, I don't know, am I just making terms up, like, you know, just kind of like dune buggies? What do? Do they just... Is it just like four-wheeling, just kind of driving around? Snowmobiling? What? Dune riding? Is that a thing? Okay, we got nickel, cobalt, let me guess, iron. Wow. Alright. This would have been nice to find. Okay. What was it again? FENICO? Yeah. I have 2 marks for that. Oh yeah, and the one that I missed was actually a gold deposit. Am I just re-saying everything that I've just said already? Let's go back that way. I kind of want to see if we can pick up any other ore down there. Do some more dune riding. Oh god. Oh. Hence why we have a gyroscope, so we have like air maneuverability. We can't go anywhere on, you know, where iron, you know, why do we have to take the bad way? Oh, is that gold? Iron, gold. I'm gonna start alphabetizing these things. Oh, that is a mountain. Let's go back down it, please. Oh, that sounded bad. Oh, did we break? Okay. Just continuing on, just ignoring any damage we've probably just taken. I saw silver. Yeah, right there. Oh wow, that's deep. We're gonna move that GPS to here because we can at least see the silver. I'm gonna go Earth. AU, AG. Oh, I just, okay. And we're gonna go back home and start thinking about a design for our aircraft. Kind of thinking, you know, something along the lines of almost like an Osprey type aircraft where it's got the large engines off to the side just kind of hanging off. Ooh. Like, I'm wondering if I should experiment a little bit into the vector thrust script a little bit rather. Well, I'm thinking about also installing a camera onto the back of this so I don't have to like go into third person to park it every time. Okay, we're actually pretty well lined up. Go here. We'll hit 6 to have the battery set to recharge. And we'll let it be. Okay, so how far are we through? We got 11,000 iron. It's pretty nice. It's gonna make the rest of our steel plates for us. Now we're making our cobalt. This will be perfect because this will allow us to make the thrusters, the metal grids for the thrusters rather. So, thinking, just pull out those steel plates. There we go. Right, let's do that. This will be our way into the garage. Alright. So this is gonna be the garage right here. Now I'm thinking about putting the airtight hangar doors. So like the airtight hangar doors are, by the way, are the kind of the really big doors that allow just like they just kind of open up like yes. So if I can find them, do I have them? What do I need? I just need to build a door. Okay. I'll just clear out my toolbars. Okay, so actually we'll just use a block to kind of. Okay, so like they'll occupy like this spot here, but they'll also occupy the next two spots. And the reason being is that they will open, like they'll close and they'll just go up till they reach like the top block. And then so like, you know, they just kind of, they're like a compact kind of door that just kind of seals off a large area. So that's like allows for like your hangars and your garages and stuff like that compared to like these doors. Oh, just sticky right there. Wait a minute, not there. We have our assembler here. We're gonna keep this open. Oh, I see you taking some damage. I should build like a car jack system that kind of like lifts the vehicle up. Huh. That'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna build like a giant motor pool. I want a really big facility. So this will be the garage. If not, I'm actually probably going to extend it. Out a little more this way. So we're gonna need to queue up some more sealers. Okay, so let's go into production. We'll just queue up 1,000. So it's pretty nice saying that number being a white, and we, you know, even though it's a large amount of iron compared to, you know, red as it always used to be. All right, so over here. What I'm thinking, right, is I think it's wide enough that we can kind of do one of these numbers here, and we can come underneath like such, build one of these, and do one of these. So we can drive the vehicle overhead, and if there's any damage underneath, we can work on it. Now, it's not like, you know, a working mechanism, like, you know, a mechanism as such. I think it's still pretty cool, in my opinion. And just... I was pressing the wrong buttons. I like one of these things if our strength wasn't so high. There we go. We can just park it here and come under here, work on any damage there might be. Luckily there is none. Cool. So yeah, there's like that little thing here, and then what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put a cargo container in here. So if we ever have any missing materials on the vehicle, we can just pull out from here and add it on as necessary. We'll do one of these things as well. Actually, to prevent it from going any further, we're gonna have it do one of those so it just kind of rolls back into this. It's like we could also just do it like that, but that also runs the risk of destroying it just a little bit further. So we're gonna do it that way. So this is our garage area. I think it's pretty cool so far. How many steel plates we got? We're gonna start adding some steel plates to the ground over here. I'm not gonna be able to finish that. Ooh. Wait a minute. Wrong place. Let's go here. See if we can finish the ramp up. There we go. So, I'm thinking for this, so if you hit, by the way, in order to paint anything, you can't like do like tools or just your basic hand. Like you need to actually have a block out. And you can cycle through already pre-made colors by hitting your bracket keys, or you can hit P and you can make custom colors. Okay, I'm thinking about actually just using a pre-made color, just this nice dark one right here. So if you middle mouse button, you'll paste in your color. If you hit Control, you'll do it in a 3x3, so that's how I'm going to be able to get underneath some objects. And if you hit Shift, it does it like a 5x5 if I remember. Yeah, it does it, I believe it, yeah, I believe in a 5x5, so if I do like one of these things, I go Shift. Yeah, so it is 5x5. And go back to that, because, yeah. So this is going to be like the floor in the garage slash motor pool that's not a motor pool. It just barely fits on here. Kind of cracks me up a little bit. What we could also do too, right, is if it is like just a little too high, we can lower it down so that it's like pretty flat. Look at that. Oh yeah, speaking of adding things to the vehicle, store out of here. Camera. When I add a camera onto here, so we don't need to deal with okay, we need a computer. And what we can do with the camera is use it as like a rear view, like backup camera. So I don't know if a lot of people know this, but like, and I don't know if Keen intended for this or if they're just there to like kind of signal, but these lights perfectly line up with the camera when it's positioned right by a connector. So if you line the camera up with one of these dots here, it will always connect like perfectly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here. We are going to, I just think I just turned on my lights on board. I'm gonna rename the camera to have, because I like to name my thing so I can always easily discern items within. So, you know, when it's actually connected with other things. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna hit 9 to just bring the wheelbase back up. We're gonna back up and apparently scratch the ground a little bit. We're gonna go forward, do some 680,000 point turn. So I'm gonna show you the camera. So we're just gonna lock. Oop. All the wrong buttons. There we go. So we hit V. We'll just go here. Move the camera to this. We hit view. So if you hit 4, you can look out. Now, you can't actually, like, you know, look around the camera. Like, it's a stationary object. But, like, with the gyroscope, you know, you can see I'm able to move the vehicle around. So hit P. We'll just back up. And using our artificial horizon, we can kind of discern where the center of the screen is. And especially when we lower it, it brings it a lot closer, so we just back up. Alright, it also helps to turn the connector on. Wait. There we go. So if you hit F, it'll bring you out of camera and bring you back into normal view. If you hit F again, and, you know, cockpit. So turn off our lights. Speaking of our lights, we don't need our lights on as well. So, there we go. It's a whole other system just kind of set. Now, I do say it will line up, but because, like, we're also scraping against the ground, it's not going to, like, perfectly line up. Otherwise, if the suspensions didn't go as low as they do, these would be perfectly lined up as they, yeah. So let's just get our steel plates and kind of just build as much as we can of the base. Oh yeah, it's only this color because of the Shift F. Anyways, wait a minute. I'm gonna question that. Oh, but right, yeah. So now, looks like we're gonna have some grass coming through our garage floor. Unless we decide to dig underneath the base, but I'm not gonna do that, because it seems like such a bollock to just try and do. So we're just gonna continue welding our floor down. There we go. Wait a minute, there we go. So, if we, like I said before, like, you know, if we hit the shift button, bam, all that will now be colored. Oh, we need steel plates. Oops, just double click. So yeah, another thing too, a lot of tools, if you double click, you don't have to hold down the button. Otherwise, you're gonna have to hold down that button. The assault rifle doesn't do that, because, my goodness, that would be ridiculous. Sometimes you're just gonna need to, like, have your shots, you know, a little more. So yeah, looks like we're gonna be needing some more iron soon. So that's like the one problem though about like these blocks here is that they require so much steel. So like, you know, one steel plate requires 7 iron ingots. So like, you know, the whole 25 and then like plates, and that is like, you know, 175 iron ingots, which is an awful lot, and we only really brought back like 11,000 iron ingots worth of material. But we also did, however, find iron deposits relatively close to us and don't require us to risk our lives and our only vehicle. So that's really nice. There you go, look at that. Oh, we're also gonna actually color this differently. We're gonna give this, not white, we're gonna give this just base gray. So it's kind of easier to see as well. And what we could do even is, if we go for lights, oops, we don't want those, we want construction components. Are we actually able to place them on here? Oh. So we can place, like, you know, I guess we can't place a set of lights there. We can do, I do know, however, place these down here. But I kind of want the double, and you can't necessarily go like boom and then place the other pair right there. You can't occupy the same block space. So I wish compound blocks were a thing as like medieval engineers, but can't have everything now, can you? Apparently we're not done with our floor. Alright. Oh, speaking of medieval engineers, would you guys also like to see a playthrough in that? Good old medieval engineers. This is another game that I love as well. And yeah, I'm just wondering if you guys would kind of enjoy to see that. Just kind of, again, like, put it in the comments, but, you know. Don't quite have the views and subscribers. It's just kind of pointless to say that kind of stuff. But anyways, put in the comments if you would like to see a medieval engineers playthrough, as well as space engineers. And please do let me know if you are enjoying this as well. That would be great. And I'm thinking it's probably about time we actually end the episode. So we're just gonna get our lights in place and we'll be done. Actually, speaking of lights, we should probably also just put in the normal interior lights. Get rid of these up there, because that's my tools. Come on, there we go. We'll stick a light, rotate it like that so it's got a different look. We'll stick you there. Come over here. Okay, that's stick you there. And you there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna group the lights all together into one big group, or rather these lights here. Oh, so yeah, you could like if you just normally click, right? Because Space Engineers also has like kind of the same kind of, I guess, selection properties that a computer does. So if you hit Control click, you know, you can select individual lights, or you can just you can select multiple of individual lights, or you can just, you know, normal click and select one light. Or if you Shift click, you'll select like the whole light, like a whole group rather, not just lights, but a whole group in between the original click and the second click. So we're going to select these. We're going to rename these as garage lighting. Save that. We're going to max out the, not quite max out the radius. We're going to turn down their intensities. And we're going to give it probably a, thinking, you know, a good, like, industrial orangey color. It's gonna look pretty nifty within here. So hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And again, I am white. Oh yeah, so to fix this kind of problem, like if you do have skins and whatnot, if you want to fix this problem, just jump into a seat and jump out. Automatically fixed. Anyways, so if you guys enjoyed the episode, like I remember, like please leave a like. I hate to kind of ask that kind of stuff, but like, you know, I'm not much of one for attention and all that, but please leave a like. Comment if you'd like to see more, and please just, I guess, you know, have a good day. Goodbye, everyone.